So this deck, some of the more exciting parts of this one, we've got Psychotog, Baleful Strix, Skull Clamp, Recurring Nightmare, Ancestral Recall. A bunch of good cards with strong ETBs like this one. This is a good one. So we're pretty much just like going for max value here, and yeah, see if anyone is actually in these queues or not. Okay, this hand is a little bit annoying because we don't have black mana and we really need it. How many black sources though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not to mention Ancestrals in the deck, and we have a cycle. So I think we're keeping this. It's a bit greedy, but not too worried. I don't want to cycle Expunge. It feels like cycling Cast Out in Limited, where it's just like an absurd card. If you're getting rid of it, you're in a pretty bad spot. But we'll see what happens here. Apparently what's happening is a lot of people... Ooh, nice. There's a swamp. Ancestral? Oh, it's just a lonely sandbar. Never lucky. Mongrel. That cannot be killed by Expunge because they can just turn it black. So I'm not sure how I beat a Mongrel. Baleful Strix. That's a... Well, I said I'm not sure how I beat a Mongrel, but this is a pretty good answer to one. And of course the Strix with the Nightmare is going to be a lot of fun. It's kind of fun with the Death's Head Buzzard too. I'm going to have to figure out how the triggers work so I don't accidentally kill my Strix if I go for that. But it seems like we're in decent shape so far. Oh, they didn't want to attack. And missing lands. Okay, good to know. So they showed me Circular Logic before, so I don't think I'm running out Nightmare. I mean, running out Nightmare doesn't make any sense regardless, but specifically into open mana. There's also Power Sync in this format, which is kind of like a syncopate, so don't want to do that either. I think we'll start with double blue, and I guess I will just play this Tog. Tog does win the war against Mongrel in terms of discarding cards and winning combat, but I think it loses the war against a Madness deck because my deck is, or my hand is full of cards that I do not want to discard. And yeah, I mean, here they are getting value off of theirs, so. Though we can start comboing off, okay, so they're just gonna dump some stuff. I mean, I guess I take 3 from this if it attacks. I don't really feel like pitching cards in hand to deal with it. Yeah, okay, so not sure why they didn't main phase this one if they were missing a land, but whatever. Looks like they hit their land drop now and they're attacking with this. I am not going to do anything about it. We can try to expunge it later, maybe. Okay. Kind of a weird board state. So they could still have the Circular Logic, and now that they have 2 cards in graveyard, it's pretty easy for them to counter this. That said, I don't think I have a better play than just running this out, so I guess I'll do that anyway. Yeah, in fact, I probably should have just played this last turn now that I realize I'm in this spot. But that's fine. If they counter this, maybe we can Nightmare, get it back. That'd be kind of fun. Maybe I'm even getting close to a point where I want to trade off my Baleful Strix for the Root Walla, just so I can, like... Sure, Arrogant Worm, that's big. Kind of wish I had the Expunge for that one, not gonna lie. But yeah, we're getting close to a point where I can just start trading off the Strix maybe and sacking something else and bringing it back. All right, so Arrogant Worm probably attacks here. I could just block with this. I do have the Expunge, which deals with this pretty nicely, so I think I'm going to let it hit me. I get put in kind of an awkward spot if they have a counter spell. Or, I'm sorry, not if they have a counter spell, but if they have a counter on my turn for the Nightmare, so let's just take the 4. Okay, they're passing. I don't think it matters which land we play. At some point, we're going to want to start thinking about which lands we can discard to the Tog, but I think at this point, we can just make this attack. Sure. Another Arrogant Worm. Okay, it's getting a little bit annoying now. Something I might be going for here would be like expunge one of them and then like start pitching some lands and like exiling stuff to try to eat the other one. I really hope they don't have a counter for this though, so our life total is under some pressure. Wonder if they attack with this too. Oh, okay, they're all in now. Well, yeah, I need the expunge to resolve, I think. But let's target one of these worms. Counterspell. That's pretty bad for me. Okay. So now, I think I regret playing the land actually, or I'm about to. So I think we have to block this here, and then we can put this here. Maybe, so I have to pump this 3 times. So 1, 2, 3, yeah, that works, that's okay. So we can take 7 here. In fact, if they pump, I'm actually happy because then I get to start getting value off the buzzard. Yeah, I think we're actually in great shape now, somehow. Like, our life total's low, but the fact that they're tapped low on mana, the fact that we get to put the Baleful Strix back into play. Oh, they're putting another... Okay, that doesn't really matter. In fact, wait, that's just another free thing for the buzzard to kill. Okay, what? Sure, I accept. Now we'll discard Island. Rip. Rip in terms of the opponent, I'm assuming, because this is looking pretty good for me, at least in my opinion. And ditch some lands. And we do take the hit for 7, but now, I mean, they lose their board, so it's pretty good. Because we get to Nightmare, sack the buzzard, that kills both of the Root Wallas, gives us back the Strix. The only question is, how do I deal with this last Arrogant Worm? I think it's just going to be by blocking with Strix. Ooh, I can even get their last card out of hand. That seems like good value to me too. Yeah, so I think our line here is going to be attack with both, so I don't miss the damage. And then... It's actually bad for me if they block. I don't know if they have a reason to... Oh, rip counterspell, but you're chilling right now? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure how much lag there is, but I agree. We are we are chilling right now, as the opponent's about to find out. So that's nice. And we draw a card. That's an Ancestral Recall, no big deal. Let's go for Mesmeric Fiend, get their last card out of hand. I hope there's not too much lag. I hope you said rip like a while ago and it took me a while to notice it. Oh, that was such a good turn though. Gosh, sure. I think I'm pretty happy about that. Grisly Fate or Deep Analysis? So I feel like Grisly Fate is more problematic for me, but they don't have the ability to hit 5 mana next turn. I don't know if that changes anything for me. I think I'm just going to take the Deep Analysis. The problem is they do, like, they have so many cards in the graveyard. They're going to make 4 bears with this. You know what? They can have cards. I don't want them to have bears. Yeah, so they Deep Analysis. Just gotta make sure we have a way to kill them here. Sure. I'll cash this in. Wonder if they scoop to the recall. Okay. Sorcerer, I kind of hate that card. I think I'm just going to recall targeting myself. Not a huge surprise there. Okay, that was kind of insane, I think. I don't think I could resolve this. There's probably an argument for that, but I think just playing this, probably playing Ophidian. Try to draw some cards with it. And of course, holding up the Circular Logic off the Atog. Yeah, I think we're firmly in the driver's seat from 5 life. Opponent does have a bunch of cards. They do have the Deep Analysis in the graveyard, but Ancestral Recall is in our bin now, so we can start going off. This can maybe turn into a Mongrel. And if it turns into a Mongrel, then we can't expunge it, but I think I'm just going to try to expunge it anyway. Sure. Yep. Ooh, that's an insane draw. So I guess we're doing that now. We get to hold up the Circular Logic in the meantime. And Night Stalker with Nightmare, I think, is just going to be GG. This is fun. Good magic. Sack your only creature. I'm going to get some value. I don't think they can win this game at all, ever. Wonder if they've said anything in the chat. Yeah, actually, just from the times I've seen it, this card has been such a huge overperformer. Like, it's no, I don't know, Chupacabra or Flametongue Kavu, but it's so powerful. Alright, cool. Round 2. Okay. I'm not sure this Addle should actually be in the main, but this hand is good enough. This would be a great Skull Clamp hand, but I think it's a good one regardless. I don't think it matters which land I play. I'll just play Swamp. I think the best decks in this format, to be fair, are the aggressive decks. So your mono white, your your green white. That's presumably what the opponent's on here with the plane cycling. Green white auras is just extremely strong. So we could go for a Mesmeric Fiend. Actually, I think I want to do that. It's a little bit annoying because it doesn't have evasion like the other cards in my hand, but makes the Addle better in the future because I know what color their cards are and I can take their best card right now. So let's just go for it. You're thinking it was a while ago? Well, I think we're naming white with the Addle. What do you guys think? Astral Slide, Mist Moon Griffin, blah blah blah. So I want to get rid of Astral Slide. We need to take the slide. Okay, cycle Renewed Faith. That does not do as much with your engine off the battlefield. Or out of play, I should say. It was never on the battlefield. And what was that? That was a Tranquil Thicket, sure. I think I go for a Strix over a Familiar here. Okay. And then next turn we can double spell with some 2-drops. My entire deck is 2 mana, apparently. Recurring the Addle with Scrivener is not really what we're all about, but it's an option. Mistmoon Griffin, yep. Not really attacking into that one. Sorry about all the sound once again. It's really pretty noisy out there. So we'll play the Familiar first, see if that changes our play this turn. Sorcerer. I don't think so. I think we have infinite swamps here. So just drop an island. It's Addle named White. We know they have at least, what, 1 or 2 white cards left in hand, so. Okay, Tusker, Sidar, Jabari. I'm not sure how I block this guy. And Selvala is symmetrical, so I'll just take this guy. Keeping in mind, of course, that whatever dies last, that's what they get to get back with this Mistmoon Griffin, so not exactly trying to trade off my Strix here. I wonder if we go for Scrivener next turn. Okay, they're cycling Tusker, sure. So cycling Tusker means whenever this dies, they're getting back a 6/5 or whatever Tusker is. Yeah, it's pretty big. No tax, makes sense. I don't think I care about the Addle, so I'm just going to play Sorcerer. I don't even know if we want a land here. I guess we can play 1 land. But we need to start finding some action. Something fun might be attack the Strix into this, they block, and then we hit them with the Predatory Night Stalker to put, or to edict them. That would be fun. I think this card is pretty bad. We have so many X1s. This is actually really funny. Okay. Ooh, they're just reanimating that. Okay. So this gets Sidar Jabari now. All right. I mean, trading Tusker for Strix is probably a pretty good trade for me. Hoping to get into some recurring nightmare loops here in a minute. Expunge, that's another good one. Yeah, I mean, looping Expunge and Scrivener, that should be good. I think I'm just going to do this right now, though. 0-2 against you? Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that doesn't necessarily say much. Like, I feel like you can have some of your closest... Ooh. I think I'm doing this now instead. Kind of run out of looting fodder, but I want to do this, so I'm going to. That's a good reason, right? And then we can start cracking in for 3, potentially get them to chump here. Reveal them. Yeah, it is kind of garbage, isn't it? You would think that, I don't know, I guess there's not really a way of easily making it so it's not redundant. But yeah, we know this is gone, know this is gone. Yeah, the only card we know about is Selvala. That is pretty big. Ooh, pro color of your choice, and yeah, and they're tapped out of white, so that is a nice combination for me. Guess we attack. I don't even know if we want to play this Mesmeric Fiend. But the hope here is that they chump the Dark Hatchling to try to get some value off of this. But I think I'm basically forced to expunge. Okay, that makes sense from them. And let's see now, what do we want to do? We could loot this away, or we could just play it. I feel like it doesn't do a lot at this point, so let's loot it away. And it's kind of a crappy ability, but... well, second sorcerer is looking pretty bad here, I guess. So now we can expunge this while they don't have mana to do anything about it, and we can play Psychotog. Yeah. Oh, okay. Selvala, okay. Again, that's symmetrical, so I don't think I really care about it. The one thing I don't want to have happen here is getting that Jareth back. Okay, this cannot die. I lose my entire board if that dies. So that would be pretty bad. I think we just... okay. I think we're just looting this thing away. I think it's just way too terrible for me here to play it. And we're just going to look for like a recurring nightmare or something. And it's awkward because we're getting to a point where we don't want to attack with this because if they get the Jareth back... Actually, no. If we can kill something else in response, then they're forced to get a worse card back. So let's start by doing the terrible rummaging thing. And that is pretty much what we wanted to see. So pretty happy about that. Not going to be able to get value off of it quite yet, but we're getting close. Let's tap like this, I guess. Yes. Yeah, I think we're in a pretty good spot here. It's kind of weird. Can't do too much attacking, but... yeah. I mean, this is essentially a Howling Mine that ramps them and gives them life. So I think I'm happy about that. The Stoic Champion is annoying, or just the fact that they have another creature, because it means the Night Stalker is not going to be able to kill what I want it to. But I think we're in fine shape here. Once we hit Recurring Nightmare, this game is just going to end. Sure. Oh, we might actually go for the combo of expunge this if they block the hatchling, so that way it looks like they're getting Jareth back, but they're actually getting something much worse. Yeah, I think we're doing that. Let's rummage first. Discard a non-black card, sure. Okay, don't need that land. Let's hope they try to get this Jareth back. And if they have any kind of like protection card or anything like that, we're going to be in bad shape. Could attack with this too. Yeah, can't really think of a reason that would be bad for us. So, sure. Feels like we are in pretty good shape here. No Skull Clamp, no Recall, no Nightmare, but still having fun. Yeah, so the opponent makes this play, which is fairly straightforward, and then we're just going to go for this. I'm pretty sure we don't have like lethal or anything off of the Tog. Yeah, no, we're pretty far away from that. Oh, if they have some way to save this. They could give their stuff pro-black, I guess? Maybe that's what they're looking at. Okay, so this happens. Sure, so now they get the Selvala back, which is not a threatening magic card at this point in the game. Yeah, I think we're in good shape. So now the Flyers can start getting in. These two that have just basically had Defender the whole game. They just gave me an Expunge, and I have mana for it, so that feels pretty good. I'm pretty sure this card is bad, by the way. Symbiotic worm. When it dies, do that. Okay, so I don't want it to die. Battle cry. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's good when you make 7 things. I think now the name of the game is just pressuring their life total. Yeah. So let's do this. Well, that's a pretty good one, right? We might deck. That is a consideration. Do I care? I mean, I don't think I care. This could go so wrong. Oh, I'm thinking about a fun line right now. I don't know if it's a good idea or not. We didn't come here not to cast Ancestral Recalls. Who cares if we deck? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think this is happening. That one, that one, that one. Okay, take 5. I think this is just fine. I'm trying to think of a way this isn't okay for us. Like, we might just take 7 here. Is that crazy? So the problem is, I'd be fine killing this, but leaving it on the board with the battle cry is not a good idea. I was thinking about like going Recurring Nightmare into Death's Head Buzzard and like trying to kill all their things, but it just doesn't really work. So I think I'm leaving the Baron Moore in hand for now, but we have a hard counter. I think we're in good shape. Probably counter a flyer. Something. Actually, no. You can just kill stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're probably good here. Maybe they can try to deck us with Selvala. That would be the best the card has ever done, I'm sure. Actually, we might have to kill it. Yeah. Skull Clamp is basically a dead card at this point. I mean, I guess I can put it on this and increase its power by 1. Don't know what they're going for here. It's a lot of mana. Okay, there's the Nightmare. Really just does not matter what they do here. Krosan Tusker. Yeah, I think that's on the not mattering plan. So I guess we killed a Selvala so we don't deck. Just kind of a ridiculous thing to say, but it's fine. Now we're just going to hit land drops and start going off with Nightmare, and we're going to be good. Ooh, Reanimate. That's a fun one. We could get a Jareth. Doesn't really do anything, though. We can't give it protection and make it unblockable. So I guess we are going to Nightmare, but I think we want to do that post-combat. So let's attack for 5. Sure. This is so fun and absurd. Am I a mean person? I don't know. Gonna have to think about that. Yeah, I just don't think we need the Reanimate. So let's go for Nightmare. And let's get Scrivener. sack this stupid Krovikin guy. Let's get an Expunge over the Ancestral here with 7 cards in library. And let's play a land. And we didn't quite discard to hand size, but we were pretty close. So now we can expunge the Tusker, if we even want to. I'm not sure. We still have the Circular Logic up, and that is pretty much what matters here. I think I would probably concede if I were the opponent, but, you know, gotta give it a fighting chance, right? Yeah, I don't think they can do anything about this. This isn't even attacking. Okay. Oh, it is attacking. All right. Well. Expunge greater than recall confirmed. Yeah, pretty much, right? That's what I'm getting from this. So I think now it's time to expunge this guy. And I think we're chumping this with the Scrivener so we can get more value, which has been the plan all along, of course. I mean, they're just dead, right? There's no way they aren't just dead. They're going to give their team protection. Yeah, I think we're going to have to counter that one. That's a card that I thought they had before. So discard a card. Circular Logic. And I imagine this is going to draw the concession. Yes. Cast it. Pay a blue. This is disgusting. This is really good. I didn't even check to see whether or not they could pay for it. Okay. Now we do this. They can pump this a couple times. I do not care. Sure. Six mana. That is not going to do it. I was a little bit afraid they had somehow gotten me, but they did not get me. Okay, so I think I might just reanimate Scrivener, kill the Templar, and then they die that way. Or I could not show them any more cards. It's kind of a fun challenge, but I don't think I'm about that life. We're here to show off, so let's get the Scrivener. Okay, let's Scrivener this Expunge. And then we're going to expunge this Noble Templar. How noble. And we're going to attack with all LOL GG. So now it's time to do some math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So start exiling some cards. 8. Not sure why they're making me play this out. 9. 10. And this should be 11 if I discard one card from hand. 5, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, looks good to me. Cool. All right, well, that was just fun and fair Magic in every possible sense. And yeah. Okay, so opponent's green-white. Could think about like a Choking Tethers maybe. Do we see any hits for the Death's Head Buzzard other than that 7-drop when it dies? Don't really think we did. think this is another Mesmeric Fiend matchup. We could consider cutting this. Sure. Could think about a Choking Tethers now, too. Oh, man. This deck is actually not very good at winning before it mills out. That's fine, though. Do I just run it back like this? I feel like Choking Tethers could be good, but not sure what I play it over. It's really just like another hit for Scriveners and like a pretty medium card. It doesn't impact the game enough. I think I'm going to leave it like this. Ooh, yikes. So the old no blue mana hand. Here's the deal, though. How many blue sources do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's actually not very many. So I could go for some kind of sick value where I like discard this turn 1 to hand size, then like reanimate it turn 2. Or I could draw an island, recall myself, discard this to hand size that way, which is even better value. Like, this hand is pretty great, but missing blue mana is a big deal. I also don't know if the Urborg Uprising is going to do anything. Maybe that should be the Choking Tethers. I don't really want to mulligan, but I feel like my chances of hitting blue mana with only 7 sources in my deck, it's just not good enough. Yeah, this is fine. What do I bottom? What do I bottom here? I think it's island. Yeah, I think I'd get rid of an island here. It's a little bit sad, but it happens. Okay. Island to the bottom. Let's just top deck recall, right? That makes everything better. That was not recall. Not exactly punished for bottoming island versus swamp since we have like 0 double blue in the deck. Yeah, you're green-white. No way you don't have a... Oh, they're just cycling? That's great for me. So hopefully now we get to nab something good from their hand and we get to think about doing it again too. Yeah, these fiends are pretty good against them. So the Breath of Life doesn't do anything. Selvala at this point in the game is actually somewhat powerful, even though I was pretty much laughing at that card last game until the point where it almost decked me. I think I just take Sidar Jabari here. Yeah, I think this is fine. They can have their Selvala. And then maybe next turn we take the Breath of Life, because they do have like Krosan Tuskers and that kind of thing. Yeah. Ooh, Ophidian. That's a good one. I guess we're just running out Ophidian now. What else is in their hand? They just cycled a Thicket, looks like. Drew us a Psychotog. Why are they doing this main phase when I have... I guess it adds mana, but seems a little dubious to me. Yavimaya Elder. And this thing, which is actually pretty annoying. So I think I want to attack with the Ophidian. But we're in a bit of an awkward spot here. We can sort of get them if they double block. Maybe that's what they're going to go for. Not totally sure what's happening though. I would like to draw some cards though. Wonder if they just put this in front. No, they're just giving me a card? That doesn't seem right. But I'm happy about it, so. Ooh, that's a recall. Nice. That's pretty good. So now I can recall and try to hit a blue and play Psychotog. That sounds pretty good. Not sure how likely we are to hit a second blue, but actually, you know what? I think we're going to wait on recall. No, I lied. We're not going to wait on recall because, yeah, I think this is just fine. So we get to play 2 cards here. So we're discarding, I think, 1 to hand size. We did hit the blue anyway, because I'm extremely lucky. Nice. So I guess now we play this Psychotog. The opponent, I'm sure, is just crying over there. And I think we probably just discard the Stinky Owl. I don't think the Owl does anything. Oh, we're at 7 cards. I knew that. That's how that works, of course. Okay, they drew me another great card. I don't think you should play Howling Mines in your limited deck. I really don't. Cycle Tusker. Sure, they do have the Breath of Life in hand. I think they're a mana short of that. I don't even know if we take the Breath of Life out of their hand, but we might as well. Don't care about any lands in there. Battle Cry, okay. That is fine. Yeah, I mean, we're in pretty good shape here. They have to think about this decision again. They might be changing their mind. So I think our turn is going to be like Strix and Mesmeric Fiend and attack with both. Seems pretty good to me. Interesting. I don't think I agree with this, but I guess let's draw a card and then figure out if we want to discard that one. I think we're discarding this Barrenmoor. Actually, maybe that's wrong. Let's just discard an island. So now they get to sack it, which technically is some value for them, but only barely. Okay. There's no way they don't sack this. Okay. And to be fair, we were probably discarding that card to hand size anyway at this point. I mean, we're playing 3 cards from our hand, one of them cantrips, so we'll see. Let's draw first. Basically looking for the counterspell. Nope. Okay. Let's play the Mesmeric Fiend. I guess hold up cycling. Oh, this is going to be another nice no discard to hand size turn. Well, I like the sound of that. Yeah, I mean, the opponent's just like insanely dead, right? I don't even think I care if they Breath of Life back like a Krosan Tusker. I think Jareth is annoying because it can gain protection from things. Yeah, let's just play the Swamp. And I think we're good. We're not decking this game, so that's that's a plus. Not that we actually decked last one, but it was a little close for comfort. Like now, they're gonna like Breath of Life, the whatever it is, the Krosan Tusker, and we're just going to like Dark Hatchling. They're gonna have to sack this, which is still decent value. We'll try to trade with the Strix. Okay. Cycle that, you got it. Cycle again, sure. They do have kind of a bunch of cards in hand compared to before. Thopter Squadron. This says destroy target non-black creature, and this says destroy target non-artifact non-black creature, so I think our plan is going to be like expunge this and then hatchling that. It's not ideal, but it's fine. We're going to cycle Baron more end of turn here. Nice. Okay. Mesmeric Fiend again. I mean, it's pretty good, right? They have no way to kill creatures in their deck. So what is attacking here? I think it's just the Psychotog. Yeah. The hope here is that they like block, make me discard some stuff, and then sack the Bodyguard. Okay, they're just taking it. At any given point, they might just be dead to this, but they're at 25, so I don't think that's really happening. We have 9 points, and then 9 plus 6, so yeah, no. I guess we Mesmeric Fiend first. Ooh, that's another good one to get rid of. And I almost want to kill the Selvala just because we're so far ahead on cards that feels like letting them draw is bad. I think I'm just going to pass though. Addle, okay. How are they deeper into their deck than I am? That doesn't make sense. Guess all their cards have cycling, so that's probably part of it. So they're gonna Breath of Life something, I imagine. Noble Templar, okay, that doesn't matter. They can only do this at sorcery speed, which is the good thing for me here. Okay, now we're going to do this. Hope I didn't forget to play a land that turn. Oh, they didn't sack it. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Swamp, I guess. Nothing changes here. We're gonna kill this one. Seems like they're in pretty terrible shape. They are trying to remove a counter, and you can't do that because it's only sorcery speed, so sorry, opponent. And they just scooped it up. All right. Do I want to keep this? Yeah, I think so. It's a little bit slow and not completely broken, but I think it's fine. Real question is, am I leading on the Baron more? Am I just giving up on cycling it? Okay, green. Sure. Got a Root Walla for me? No, you got an Elf. That's probably worse for me. Psychotog, yeah. Didn't draw land, so time to run this out. The classic X1, X1 Death's Head Buzzard deck. They're attacking. Wonder if they have a 2-drop or not. Not even sure what's better for me here. Oh. Well, that's probably better than the alternative. Yeah, so now we get to go for a Mesmeric Fiend. Oh, and then next turn we get to go for Addle plus Reanimate. That's pretty spicy. Yeah, let's try to do that. Manowar, yeah. Kind of forced to bounce that one, unfortunately. Or to take that one, I should say. But getting a killer whale is nothing to scoff at. So they cycle the Thicket, sure. They have the Gaia's Embrace. It's a bit of an annoying card for me. I wonder if they're just going to suit up the elf. So they have one unknown card. They are suiting up the elf. Okay. That would have been a good turn to draw a removal spell. But I think this is totally fine. We're just going to steal their 3/5. Going to name blue. Ooh, that would have been a better one to take, but that's how it goes, I guess. Well, let's reanimate it. I mean, they're nowhere close to casting the other one, so this still could have been correct, potentially. There's a decent chance we just run out the Sorcerer next turn. Yeah, I think we're just running out Sorcerer. This doesn't really attack. Actually, we could play the Death's Head Buzzard. Start getting in with that. Sure, puts a clock on them. If it dies, I'm in some trouble, but that's okay. And I think we probably play a land. They're countering this. Yeah, I do not care. Don't remember if Expunge says can't be regenerated or not on it, but that would be helpful to know. Serendib, Ifrit. Okay. It's a good card. Yeah, kind of drawn a lot of lands here. Not an ideal board state, but I'm not too worried. We're up on cards. We have a Rummager now, and our deck is completely insane. Didn't mention that part. And if they attack with both, we get to start cracking back, and I don't think you run this out, so you don't attack with both. Yeah. So we'll block the bigger one, take our 3. Not too concerning, yeah. Ooh, that's really insane here, isn't it? Just make sure this one resolves, and we should be good. Wonder if they just scoop. Okay. I would like to make you sacrifice. So they sacked that one, which means we can still block. We wouldn't have been able to block otherwise. Actually, no, we're looting here. Or rummaging, I should say. Choking Tethers. Sure, so they're dealing me 4 damage effectively. Discard a non-black card. Expunge. It can't be regenerated. Yeah, that seems pretty good here. And I don't know if they can come back from that. So we'll play this pre-combat to see if it resolves. If it does, probably just going to be attacking with everything. Yeah, Waterfront Bouncer does not really matter. Well, actually, it's pretty annoying, but it would be good in our deck with the Nightmare and everything. But yeah, we don't care about losing some life. Dark Hatchling, can't quite go for that one, but that would be nice too. In fact, maybe I kill the Bouncer with the Expunge and wait to draw a land. We have this as a blocker anyway. I think it's actually fine. This says can't be regenerated too, importantly. Otherwise, this could potentially be a punt. This time we are not rummaging, so just attack with everything but the whale. Oh, and yeah, it was actually really important that we kill that, because if we didn't, then they get to get the killer whale back to their hand, so. Let's just pretend I figured that out first and not last. Okay. See if we can resolve this hatchling. Sure. Yeah, looks like the hatchling's gonna happen. And this is effectively a stone rain too, which makes it extra brutal. Maybe I misplayed, because now they can get a Mana War back in their hand. Yeah, this is actually kind of annoying. I think I attack with this. Yeah, it's actually pretty annoying indeed. Not sure how we deal with this killer whale currently, because they get to provoke, basically killing this mesmeric fiend. Yeah, maybe we killed the wrong one with the hatchling. I could see that being the case, because now that they can, yeah, I'm sure they saw the line too. So unless they're just gonna do this and try to save their life total. Yeah. Yep. They're almost dead here anyway. So block. What? Oh, it can't be blocked by... Oh my god. I missed that line of text. Wow, that was a huge punt. So I just missed 3 damage minimum there. That's pretty bad. Yeah, so now they Mana War this. Yikes. Poor plays. Scrivener, that's a good one. Let's see what happens here. So if I attack like this, probably need to block here. Nice. And because they blocked there, I think we win. So now we get to Scrivener, reanimate the Night Stalker, go to 2 life, but then they just can't really win. I think this is best. Wait, what? Oh, it only gets instants? Oh my god. I can't read. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so did not play that perfectly, but not totally sure what I should have done differently. If they attack here, they almost just die. They do not care. Okay. Oh, sure. No, that makes sense from them. So now this happens. Yeah, I did not play this correctly, unfortunately. We play Psychotog. Going to, I think, attack for 3. This could actually be a game we lose here. I mean, it depends how they play this, but we'll see. So if they do that, I think I go for an expunge. And then if they hit a land, they can play the whale. Feels unlikely that they didn't hit a land here. Yeah, I don't love how I played this by any means. I think they should just be dead. It should have been dead a long time ago. Or at least some amount of time ago. Now they play the whale, I think. Yeah. They are dead to a removal. That was not a removal. I think we have to look for one. That was not it. So I think we attack with this. How big can we make this? Probably big enough. How many cards in graveyard? We have 9. So discarding 2, that puts it up to 11. So then 5 and 11 is 7. And they have 8 toughness. So yeah, we can get rid of everything to kill their 2 creatures here. We know one of the cards in their hand is like an 8-drop, so it's not too worrisome. Yeah, and our thing lives through this, I think. Just have to make sure I did the math right. Come on. I'm just going to assume I did the math right. I will leave the hatchling in my graveyard. Okay. They're still pretty close to dying here. Yeah, but not super happy with how we played that one. And the opponent had like no lands the entire game. Okay. I'm not sure about Mesmeric Fiend in this one. It seems like they have more ways to interact with creatures than the other opponents, and that might mean that Adel is going to be a better card. Choking Tethers. I could go for it anyway. It is pretty good early interaction. I think I probably should have just had 3 main the whole time. Take out like Urborg Uprising. I think that card's just too slow. This could be an option, not totally sure. But I think we're going to run it back like this. And now that we know that Scrivener only gets back instants, might change the way we play. Actually, we can group separately here and take a look at how many instants we have. So we have Ancestral, Circular, and Double Expunge. So actually not very many. I think it's still good enough. Those are some of the best cards in our deck anyway, so. All right, this could be the trophy. Let's hope we play it a little better than the previous game. Okay, this hand looks absurd. That's what I like to see. This could actually be a turn 1 discard hatchling the hand size start. You know what? We didn't come here not to have fun. Oops, I F6'd my turn. Whatever shall I do? So we get to reanimate, killing their elf. If they have a Mana War, it might be a little bit annoying, but I think it's probably better for me than it is annoying. Elephant Guide, sure. So we have a Baleful Strix to trade with that one. Expunge, that's a good one too. Of course, they're making this attack. They get 2 3/3s from it. But yeah, we have to make the block. Avon, sure. Ooh, that will be a good one eventually. The only question is, can we afford to trade here? I think the answer is we have to. Our life total is just too low from going for that reanimate play. Doesn't really matter which token we target. I need them not to like play a killer whale here. Okay, that was not threatening, so pretty happy about that. Okay, first thing is first, we're gonna cycle this. Sorcerer ×2, play an island, and sorcerer. And the Night Stalker is gonna come out. They cycle the land, sure. Wonder what they have here. That's a bit annoying, but the Night Stalker still takes care of it. So let's hope that works out for me. I need them not to have a counterspell here or I lose the game. So hold the baby, I guess. Nice. Okay, now that's going to trade with the Night Stalker. Gonna get to start getting our value on here. Gaia's Embrace. Yeah, that's almost death. Yeah, I go to 1 now. I need to find another Expunge, pretty much, or another Night Stalker. So I have to block. Now I go to 1. Land, actually no, Sorcerer's worse here. Psychotog, maybe that's good enough, not sure. Mesmeric Fiend. What do I do? Is there any way I win this? So I can play Psychotog. I can play Psychotog and I have to activate, what, 5 times for it to live? I have 8 cards. Yeah, I mean, theoretically, I guess it can work. What is the Scrivener doing? Like, the fact that this has trample is so brutal. This is a really, really close game. Like, it's close to me being dead, but I'm not quite dead, is what I mean. So I guess we're playing Psychotog. And yeah, I guess Scrivener doesn't do anything. Mesmeric Fiend doesn't do anything. So we're just going to hold Island. Actually, no. I could draw Nightmare. Yeah, I could draw Nightmare, which means I need to keep the... Wait. Is that right? Yeah, I guess keeping the Fiend is a tiny bit better then. Okay. Block. So now discard this. We do have outs. We can draw Night Stalker number 2. We can draw Expunge number 2. We can draw Nightmare. Oh, actually we can't. We can't draw Nightmare if we exile our graveyard, right? So I guess we're just discarding this Fiend. Opponent's gonna regenerate, sure. Reanimate and Barrenmore. Island and Fiend. Yeah. Okay, we have a few outs. That was not one of them. So now we can discard a card and then activate 4 times, which leaves us, I think, at 1 life and minus a Psychotog. Unlike the last game, I don't really think we did anything wrong here. They're just gonna regen again. Yeah, I don't think the regen matters. I'm pretty sure we can only turn our Tog into a 5/6 here. Oh, I lied. We can actually make it 1 bigger. 5/6 and 6/7. If we do this, we turn off Nightmare as an out, but there's no way of keeping it, so sure. Skull Clamp. That does not do it, unfortunately. All right. Well, we're dead. Don't want to show them the Skull Clamp if I don't have to. Not a 3-0-6-0 at least, but we are going to game 3. 13 minutes on the clock, so that's not too concerning. But their deck is good. And it's starting to make me feel like we don't have as much interaction as we need. None of these cards really help. Maybe Dark Ritual speeds things up for us, but yeah, actually maybe a Dark Ritual over a Scrivener. Is this good? Maybe this is bad. My deck is pretty slow, their deck is pretty fast. I'll try the Dark Ritual. Hope it doesn't lose me the game. Really would like to trophy with this one. If ever there has been a deck worth trophying. Yeah, I mean, this is a keep. This would be a nice Dark Ritual hand, I think. Okay. I think we're going to be cycling Swamp here in a second. I mean, they kind of have a whole lot of nothing in hand. I think I have to take this Mana War. Island Pass, sure. Baleful Strix, that is a good one. They cannot Circular Logic this. Fiend number 2 seems pretty good. Tethers me, sure. Yeah, I think we're ahead for now. Okay, play a land so we can play around the Circular Logic. I think we need to take this first Vorine. Don't want to give them 2 of those. And then, assuming they go for 1 next turn, we can Edict it, and that would be great. And I think that's right. Oh, maybe the island is still there. Anyway, whatever. Sure. problem with this deck is we just don't get far enough ahead by pressuring them. Like, here they are completely behind, but it just doesn't matter because we're not pressuring them. Okay, that's a good one, I think. I guess they can Circular Logic for 2 and we can pay. So I guess we do this pre-combat regardless. Probably want to take the Logic. Our other option would be the Elephant Guide. I don't care about the Gaia's Embrace. In fact, I don't even think I care about the Elephant Guide, so yeah, Logic it is. They are taking some beats here. Feels like we are in good shape. Cycle. Krovikan Sorcerer. Are we about to Dark Hatchling that? I think we are. Need our 1 power stuff to get in. I think they die now. Oh, man. Their deck was really good, and it was a pretty bad matchup for us. They actually had ways to interact with the Mesmeric Fiends. We never drew Skullclamp either. I mean, I'm assuming they're just dead here, but maybe they're not. I think they're pretty dead, though. Krosan Tusker, cycling that does actual nothing. Oh, stress. Yeah, I can't think of any way they survive here. Could have like a Tangle. And they had enough. All right, trophy number 3. Feels pretty good.